morning, everyone. Today we're gonna do some more relaxing music for anyone who needs to relax right now. And this live stream's theme is all about improvisation music. 100% of what I'm going to be playing is improvised. And today I'm at a different setting here. I'm at my keyboard because I'm going to be doing duets with myself. So I've recorded all of the background music on this keyboard, and then I will be playing on top of it, improvising. And all the music that you're going to hear in this live stream is from the Inspiration Improvisation book, which is actually on sale this week. And also, I have a buddy here to help me along, who's gonna be helping you relax while you watch her sleep. I don't know if you can see her on the side there, but she just decided to pass out on the corner there. And so the first improvisation piece is called Nighttime, and this one is actually on the black keys, the groups of two. So that's how I'll be improvising as well. And great thing about these tracks is I added it clicks at the beginning so that the student or yourself know when to jump in. So I'll show you an example. Hear that? If not, I can turn it up a little bit. Again, that one was called Nighttime. Also, if you're watching the replay, let me know. And if you're watching live, let me know where you're watching this from. And the next piece, totally different style. This one is called Styles. I actually did not mean to say the word style right before. So, pun unintended. This one was inspired by My Jazzy Style, which was the teacher part is pretty similar, but I like playing this one a lot because it's really fast and peppy. A lot of students like to play fast songs like this. So here that is. I hope you like that one. The next one, and then, by the way, the kitty left. I'm so sorry. I guess the piano music was not relaxing enough for her. This next one is a little more relaxing, so maybe she'll come back. This is called Inspiration. I'm going to be using groups of 2 and 3 black keys, and also for the last piece, Styles, was only 3 black keys. Princess wanted to join a lot. I don't know if you can hear him yelling in the back. Okay, this next one is called Jammin'. And actually I did a little short live stream yesterday. This is actually the same piece. 2 and 3 black keys. There you go. And those were all of the black key improvisations. The rest of this is going to be the white keys. And I'm going to show you, I got, in the book, there's the teacher duet part, which you're hearing on the lower end. And then the student part for all the white keys, they tell you the chords for each measure. So I will get that out so I can show anyone. And I just happen to have all my improvisation music in one binder, so it's easy to get to. I also have the Alphabet Party book in here. So there's the styles in Jammin'. Okay, so end of Rainbow. There's the teacher duet part, the lower half, and then here's the student part. And you can see they just give you the chords from each measure, so the student's not blindly playing notes. But with the black keys, basically any note works with this teacher part. Okay, so end of Rainbow. The student could play this 2 different ways. They could do it without the paper. And then more advanced students who understand chords, they can use the paper. They can do it with just the right hand and just kind of follow the chords as a guideline. Or if you notice how I was playing it, I was using the left hand as a little help, so I know which chords I should be using in the left hand to help support the right hand. Here's the next one called Dance Off. I'm looking over there because my whiteboard has all the numbers of the tracks on the keyboard because I don't have any of that memorized. And Dance Off in the key of G. improvisation tracks yourself. The great part about it is if you want to learn how to compose music yourself, or if you're teaching it to students, these are, starting with improvisation first is a great way to learn how to compose. Many times I just pull up something like this and then improvise along, and then I may find a tune that I want to compose and write down and sell it online. And so you can do this exact same thing with your students. And the next piece is called Low Bass in the key of D major. And anyone who's joining in, I see Jenna and Emily are coming in. If you're just now watching, I want you to share where you're watching this from. And if you're watching in the replay, just to let me know that you're watching, because I can't see you. And this next one is called Morning Hours. Oh, and if you did not know, fun fact, a lot of these pieces, the duet parts, were inspired by other pieces that I already created. And I did that because I noticed there were certain pieces that are really easy to improvise with. So I wanted to make that available for students to improvise, or even myself to improvise with. And it's a lot of fun to do. So this one's called Morning Hours. Actually inspired by one of the pieces from Rock Out Volume 3. Oh, and I see Dixie's commenting. She's listening from the middle of Missouri. Nice to see you. This next one is called Discover. Kind of an inspiring piece. This one has a lot of interesting chords. I feel that it's very different from the other improvisation pieces, and because of that, it feels a little more difficult to improvise with. So if you have a student who's using this book, I'd probably hold off on Discover. In the key of E major, not too many sharps, but interesting chord progression, so not what your usual chord progression is. And you may have noticed that while improvising with these, I actually missed some sharps because I was just kind of in the zone. But this is also a great way to review key signatures with your students. A lot of these, I have the key signatures that are more common. But if you are interested, I can create a second book with some more of the more difficult key signatures, more flats, more sharps. So if anyone's interested, let me know, and I'd be happy to make a second inspiration book. And if you did not see at the beginning of this live stream, I had a cat here, and of course she had to run away somewhere. But I love cats. And I like to create some pieces with cat tiles. So this one's called Kitty Time. And the key of F major. And that one was Kitty Time again. I see some new people joining in. I see Joshua and Ryan. If you're watching this live, let me know where you're watching this from. And again, if you're watching the replay, let me know. This next one of the more difficult ones, because it's in the key of B flat major. This one's called Mountains. And the duet part was actually inspired by Highest Mountain. And if you didn't know, I had a student play Highest Mountain. I shared his video on my page. And so you may recognize it. Let me know if anyone recognized that. And I kind of also used the original piece to kind of get inspired with the improvisation. My student improvised with this first before playing the actual original piece, and he said that he loved the teacher part. I said, well, I got a version that's right in your level. So and that's how he got to start playing it. Okay, so Everything I played so far was in all the major keys. Now we're heading to the minor keys. So we have A minor, and this one's called Sad Roses. This one's a long one. It's got a big introduction. Since that one's such a long one, it's really great to make that as a recital piece if your student is able to handle such a long piece. I actually had a 8-year-old or 9-year-old student improvise with this as our recital piece, and what we did was we created a guideline, a certain melody that she could repeat a lot in the piece, and then she can also improvise off of that. But nothing was really written down and memorized. It was mostly improvised. And I can see Ryan's asking which keyboard I'm using. This is a Yamaha MOX8. I don't know if there's anything else specific to it. Yeah. And yeah, so this keyboard's pretty great. It also has a bunch of, seems like hundreds of different types of pianos, guitars, other instruments. And so if you're recording a bunch of music and you like to use a lot of instruments, this is really great. And you can create your songs. You can add on layers. Only thing that is bad about when you're creating music with this is if let's say you create one track and then another track on top of it, if you want to delete the second track, I don't think that's possible. I mean, I've had the keyboard for a while, and I haven't figured out how to delete a second track without deleting the first. So, but other than that, it's really great for recording music. Next piece is called Mystical. Okay, I just had the order wrong on my whiteboard. I was getting confused for a second. Okay. This one's in the key of D minor. Oh, and this is also inspired by Mystic Lands. Probably one of my favorite books, music from the Rock Out Volume 1 book. Mystic Lands. You may have noticed in the middle, I purposely added a little bit of Mystic Lands, the original tune in there. And I see some new people are joining live. I see Kenzo and I'm sorry, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. Ilanka. Sorry if I mispronounced it. But for those who are tuning in live, let me know where you're watching this from. Next one is called Black Sea. And this one's in the key of G minor. For your students who love depressing music, this is perfect. We're getting into the really depressing music now. We got Depressed. I don't know about you, but I have a couple students that really love super depressing music. So I purposely created a few pieces, really depressing, slow, and dreary, just like these. Because I'm assuming that every teacher has at least one of those students that only want depressing music. So speaking of depressing music, this one is called Depressed. know if you could tell by watching my hands, but that one was in the key of C minor. And the next one is called Sailing at Night. This is probably my favorite, one of my favorite minor pieces from this book. Very beautiful. It seems to be a lot of my students' favorites as well. Key of F minor. We're getting into some of the more depressing music. And this one's called Dreary Forest in the key of E minor. Again, I'm just looking up on my whiteboard because I wrote down all of the numbers, the list of everything. Okay. This is actually the last piece. I hope everyone's been enjoying this so far. And before I play, I want to remind anyone, this is all from the Inspiration Improvisation book, and it's on sale this week. I'm also aware that many teachers are not able to play with their students in person. And it makes me very sad because improvisation's a big part of our lessons. So what I've been doing is recording these teacher duet parts. You can see they're already recorded on my keyboard. And I turn them into audio files so I can send them to my students, and they have them on their phones or their iPads, and then they will be able to just hit play and then improvise either during the lesson or in between lessons, just so they can practice their improvisation skills. So, and those audio clips are also on sale as well, and I will be sharing the links in the description after this live stream. And let me know if you have any questions, because I'd be happy to answer either live or afterwards during the replay. And so here's the hike, key of B minor, and this one is inspired actually by Rock Out. I changed it up quite a little since then, but you may recognize a little bit of that, of Rock Out in this. And we'll start. Oh wait, sorry, wrong one. I forgot to change it. I was confused because it wasn't supposed to count me out at the beginning. That was a different one. Okay. I accidentally changed it back to B major, and that's why it sounded weird. Okay, I hope this was helpful or relaxing to anyone. And again, let me know if I should create a second book of this for some of the more difficult key signatures. And let me know if you have any questions about the book and how to use it on your students or the audio clips. I'd be happy to answer any questions. And I'll be doing a live stream here on Thursday, so I hope I'll see anyone there in 2 days. Bye!